Hello, second graders. This is Mrs. Gilmore. Today we're going to be starting our lesson 6 in Unit 3, and this lesson is going to take place over the next 2 days. There's going to be 2 videos for this lesson. The first one you'll watch today, and the second one you'll watch tomorrow, and complete the SAB pages. But for today, you're going to need your math journal and your SAB and your pencil. I have a picture here of a couple different types of measuring tools. And you know a couple of these already, so you've seen some of these measuring tools already. So we've talked already about this one right here. That's a ruler, right? And we've been using centimeter rulers in the last couple of lessons. We talked about this tool right here. That's a measuring tape. And those oftentimes you use when you need to have a flexible ruler of some sort that you can kind of bend a little bit. And then I want to know what these 2 objects are here. These 2 long objects here. So think for a minute and see if you can come up with an idea for what those 2 objects might be. Well, some of you probably said yardstick, and some of you probably said meter stick. Well, the yardstick is actually a little bit shorter than the meter stick. This one on top is the yardstick. This one right here is the yardstick. The meter stick is the longer stick. And the meter stick is a little bit different than a yardstick. Not only is it a little bit longer, but it uses centimeters instead of inches. So my question is, where else have you heard the word meter before? M-E-T-E-R. Where have you heard the word meter before? Some of you are probably thinking, oh my goodness, Mrs. Gilmore, we've been using centimeters. And centimeter has the word meter in it, but centi is at the beginning of the word. That's right. The word meter actually means to measure. So how appropriate is that? The word meter means to measure. And the system that we use with the meter is called the metric system. The metric system uses meters as a unit of measurement. So metric system uses meters as a system of measurement, and that's what we've been using with our centimeters. Today we're going to talk about our meter stick. So we're actually going to have you make your own meter sticks. You're going to want to look in your student activity book on page 135, and it gives you directions on this page. Your directions are up here in the corner. Step 1, you need to cut out on the dashed lines. So dashed lines go around the outside here and then in between your lines. Be very careful that you're not cutting on the solid lines. Only cut on the dashed lines. When you're done cutting, you're going to put the sections together in one long strip in order. So you're going to start at the 1 down here. You're going to go up to this edge here would be 25. That's where your arrow points to. Then the next strip you're going to attach has the 25 at the bottom of it. So you're going to attach that 25 all the way to the edge of the one from the top. Then you're going to go to the end of this one, and then you're going to stop at 50 and find the 50 strip that starts with 50. So you're connecting all of these strips all in one long row, and you want to make sure you're counting in order for your numbers. Make sure your numbers go in order. Then what you're going to do is you're going to try and remember where your centimeters are, and we're going to try and remember how to use our centimeters as lengths. So I want you to color in the lengths of the first 10 centimeters on your meter stick that you made using 2 different colors. I'm going to use blue and red, but I'm going to start at my 1, and I'm going to color in from 0 to 1. This is going to show me 1 centimeter. Then I'm going to go to my next color, and I'm going to color in from 1 to 2. Then I'm going to color in from 2 to 3 with my other color. And then I'm going to color from 3 to 4 with my red. And I'm going to do that all the way up to 10. I want to color back and forth using my colors all the way up to 10. So you go ahead and do that on your meter stick so you can see how many centimeters you have in that first 10 centimeters. The question I want to ask you is, how many centimeters are there all the way to the end of my meter strip that I made? How many centimeters are there all together in 1 meter? If you look up at the top, it says there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Then my question is, what is it at 10 centimeters? 10 centimeters has a special name. When you get to 10 centimeters is actually the same as 1 decimeter. Okay, so now in your math journal, I want you to copy down the chart that I have on this page, and I'm going to rewrite the chart that I did for our centimeters and meters and decimeters. I want you to write both of these charts down in your math journal. So we're going to write down what we put on the last page, except we're going to put them into a chart this time, so it's a little bit neater. So we're going to put, we know that 1 meter is the same as 100 centimeters. Sorry, I'm running out of space on my box. And then we also know that 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeters. And then the last thing we know is that 1 decimeter is equal to 10 centimeters. So put that chart in your math journal. Then I want you to take a look at my money chart that I added over here. And you can see that my money is very similar to my length. My money says that in money we're kind of using the same idea of ones, tens, and hundreds. So when we talk about money, what does the word cent mean? Cent means 1 penny. Cent means 1 penny. Let's write this down in our math journal. Cent equals 1 penny. Okay, the other thing we know is how many cents are in $1. We can say $1 has 100 cents. The other thing we want to know is how many dimes are in $1. $1 equals 10 dimes. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And then the last piece of information we have is how many cents are in 1 dime. 1 dime equals 10 cents. So if you look at what we did in our money, you can see the same thing, same relationships for our money amounts is what we have in our length amounts. So $1 is equal to 100 cents. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. In our money, we can see $1 is equal to 10 dimes. In our length, we can see 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeters. We can also see in our money 1 dime is equal to 10 cents. And in our length, 1 decimeter is equal to 10 centimeters. So it's kind of like saying our decimeters are like our dimes and our centimeters are like our cents. So the word cent is important. It actually means 100 or 100 pennies. Okay? So the word cent and the word centimeter mean 100. Write that down in your math journal. The words decimeter and dime are from the root word D-E-C-E-M. And that means 10. I want you to write that down in your math journal too. Okay, the other thing you need to know is when you are writing down your measurements and you're using your units of meters and centimeters, there is an easier way for you to write those words that don't take as much time. We're going to use the abbreviation. So write these down in your math journal so you have somewhere to keep them in case you need to look back. Meter, you can just use the letter M. The letter M is abbreviation for meter. Centimeter, you can use the abbreviation of CM. So you don't have to write the whole word centimeter down. On page 137, there's a couple things you're going to need to do. You're going to need to use your meter strips that you made. And for the first couple of questions, you're going to use your hand, and they want you to find a part of your hand that is about the length of 1 centimeter, and then a part of your hand that's about the length of 10 centimeters. And then write down those 2 parts of your hand right here. And then on your body, you're going to find a part of your body that seems like it's almost 1 full meter long. So it has to be the length of your whole strip. And then write down that body part here so you can tell us what you found that was about 1 meter long. Then in the number 4, 5, 6, and 7, they're going to say, we need to find this real object in the classroom, and we want to try and find the real object and estimate how long it's going to be in centimeters. Remember, estimate means to take your best guess first. So look at number 4. You're going to find a pencil in the classroom, and you're going to estimate about how many centimeters that pencil is going to be, how long it is. And you're going to put your guess, your best guess there. Then you're actually going to measure it with your meter strip, and you're going to write down the actual number of centimeters long that pencil was. Number 5, you're looking for the length of the bottom of the windowsill. So you're looking at the bottom of the window and the length of the bottom of the window. You're going to take your best guess and estimate. Then you're going to measure and write down your measurement. For number 6, you're finding the width across your desk. So you're looking on the short side of your table. You're going to measure the short side of your table and see how long that is. Ooh, but don't forget to guess first and put your estimate down first. And then on the door, you're going to measure from the bottom of the door to where the window starts on the door. And you want to find that length and start by guessing how long it is, then measuring it. Then for number 8 and 9, they want you to use your meter strip to draw a line segment that is 1 centimeter long, and then a line segment that's 10 centimeters long. And you're going to do that over here next to your numbers. The first thing you're going to be doing is you're going to look around the room. There's a space in the classroom that has 2 meter sticks that are lined up right on top of each other. It's behind the classroom door. So you want to go over to those 2 meter sticks, and you want to first think about, if someone was the same height as one of those meter sticks, how many centimeters tall would he or she be? If they were the height of 1 meter stick, they would be 100 centimeters tall. Because we know 100 centimeters is 1 meter. So think about if we had someone who was the same height as 2 centimeter stick or 2 meter sticks. How tall would they be if they were the height of 2 meter sticks? Well, 1 meter stick is 100. So 2 meter sticks must be 200, and we can say that person would be 2 meters tall or 200 centimeters tall. So what you're going to do now is you're going to get your student activity book on page 138, and you're going to find a group of 4. So you're going to get together with 4 other people, and you're going to measure each of the people in your group with the 2 meter sticks. So one of you is going to stand with your back against the wall, and then you're going to measure that person's height at the top of their head. Then complete the table for those people in your group. You're going to put the person's name. You're going to estimate how tall they are first. So don't measure them first. Estimate. Make a guess first. Then you're actually going to measure them. And then you're going to find the difference between the estimated and the actual height. And when you're trying to find the difference, you're going to be subtracting. You're going to subtract the bigger number. You're going to put the bigger number on top minus the smaller number. And that's going to give you the difference between the height that you guessed and the height that they actually were. So when you find the difference, you're finding the bigger minus the smaller equals the difference. You're going to do that for every person in your group. Then you're going to answer the questions at the bottom of the page